Why would men want to approach women when they no longer have to worry about just being rejected, but also have to worry about being accused of harassment?
I think the same reason a woman approaches a man, even when she's afraid of being rejected or manipulated or attacked or abused in any way. Just as women have, we're all human here, you know. We're just communicating in different forms, and so I just think it makes it difficult at times. That doesn't make us want love or connection any less.
You know, not only does that not answer the question at all, first of all, first thing to address in there, guys, is that typically women do not approach men. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Second of all, there are a lot of reasons why men are choosing to go their own way, you know, whether it be with dating or with society, usually a combination of both. And one of those is false allegations, guys. Okay, false allegations are a thing. Men have gotten into serious trouble, their lives screwed up over things that didn't actually happen. But we as a society are going through and pretending like, you know what? When a woman says something, you know, it's just the truth and nobody can question it. What is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video, and on today's show we're doing part 2 to the It's Complicated channel review interviews, excuse me. So if you guys want to go and watch the full thing, which we're about to watch, make sure you go and check out the link in the description and give the boy a sub. He's been doing some great work over on his channel and putting up with the BS for our entertainment. But guys, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, be sure to check out the Patreon link in the description for exclusive videos and other perks. And yeah, let's just jump right on into it.
In the nuts and take what she wants.
Why don't women typically approach men?
Because they think it's it makes them think really needy, or you know, I don't know, maybe that these are just from our history. It comes from our parents, and
Why isn't it seen as needy if a man approaches a woman?
because it's like because when they come to you, they show how much they care about you. But when you approach them, it means you are really needy.
Yeah, guys, something that men don't often realize is that when you go up and you talk to a woman, you give her your attention in a, you know, a non-sexual way, shall we say, right? If you go up to a girl and you just give her your attention, you immediately become less valuable, okay? So a lot of guys want to walk up to girls and be like, hey, and then they just want to pour their heart out to the girl. You know, I saw you over blah, 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 right? There's a difference between being direct and just spilling your feelings, right? A lot of guys will just give themselves to a girl right off the bat because that's what society teaches them, right? Society teaches men, hey, you know what? You got to be the one to do. You got to be the one to ask the girl out. You have to plan the date. You have to set up the dinner. You have to pay for the dinner. And then we have the phrase, you might get lucky. No, no, no. See, men are starting to wise up and skip a few steps, right? If these women want to go out and, you know, have bedroom fun with Chad every weekend, you know what the steps look like nowadays, guys? You walk up to the woman, you ask her, right? A lot of guys, you don't get into conversations on Tinder, okay? You ask the girl out. If she says anything other than yes and setting a time, you move on. Okay, men are done playing these games, right? Because gone are the times when you could get a girlfriend just by, you know, giving her roses and showing her some commitment, guys.
Well, right, but I'm saying, like, if a woman approached a man, wouldn't that show the man that the woman really likes him? Wouldn't that make him feel special?
Let me tell you something. When a woman does that, it means they needy. It means they really like you. It means whatever you think, but that man really gets spoiled after that.
Okay.
I think the word she's looking for is entitled. You know what I mean? And it's almost as if, guys, if you increase the amount of options someone has, it's almost like they get more entitled. Right? These girls want to, like, she just proved that what men are talking about, right? It's like these girls have all these options, and as a consequence, they treat men like disposable crap. You guys ever notice how, maybe you guys have tried dating on Tinder or something like that before, right? And you'll reach out to a girl, you'll try and strike up a conversation. You guys ever notice how you get ghosted within 4 messages a lot of the time? Right? And the reason for that is because they have so many options. And they realize, you know, I've got this guy's attention, So now I'm kind of bored. Like he replied, so you know what, John over here, who looks way better, he's a lot more interesting. So I think I'm gonna go with John, right? And you know, and these people go, well, I don't want to approach a guy because it's going to give him a big head. Meanwhile, they get approached 2,000 times, you know, in half a year. It's like these people will legitimately go to coffee shops and get hit on, right? But then they don't want to approach a guy once because they're concerned he'll get a big head. That's crazy.
They proved it in the.
Well, once again, couldn't women get really spoiled if men approach them all the time?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why is it different?
Because they think that's a formal way of, you know, having relationships. But when you go close to a guy or even send a direct message on Instagram, they think, oh, I'm really good.
Okay.
That's what they are. But if they don't think like this, we're gonna do this too.
Yeah. Okay. So it's, you know, it's okay for women to receive all this validation, and they definitely don't act entitled, guys. But you know what? It's just all the men, right? It's always on the man, right? Because I'm so glad he asked that question right after. This guy's questions are fantastic, right? It's like there's this just double standard. See, what they do is they like to hoard the attention, right? Girls need need attention like plants need sunlight, gentlemen. Like if you deprive a girl of attention, and you know that's one of the reasons why this side of the internet is growing, right? You get these guys over here who are, you know, either they've got a bad deal with like marriage or something, and they think to themselves, "I'm never doing that again," or you got guys who are looking at the dating market, going, "Yeah, I'm not getting involved in this. Like the risk is too high." You get other guys, but then you come around to the guys who realize that it's also, even if you are wanting to date, it's still effective to go your own way. And the reason for that is because these people are so addicted to attention, right? Instagram is literally a drug for women, guys. It's about all the attention you get, right? And that's what makes this side of the internet so effective. Is like no matter your reason for walking away, it has the desired effect anyway, right? And men, quite frankly, men are just done anyway. Like the amount of double standards that exist in society is just absolutely crazy. So men are saying, you know what, to hell with it. What is the point of being chivalrous, right? If I'm just going to get treated like crap. And then not only am I going to get treated like crap, they're going to turn around and they're going to think that they're angels and not acting entitled at all, right? Let's keep going.
Why do women seem to have less of a problem approaching men for business than they do approaching men for dating? In other words, like, why is it when it comes to a woman's education or her career, being assertive and going after what you want is a good quality, but why not also in dating?
Because that in the first one, you're gonna approach something more than a relationship. You're gonna get better in your life. You're gonna be you're going for a perfect things in your life, in your career, in your everything. But it's just about relationships. Who cares,
Why would men want to approach
guys,
women?
I mean, who cares about the relationships, right? You know, something really funny about girls approaching guys is they often do it really badly. Like if you've seen girls try and make a move through text, guys, it's just a lot of time it's just an absolute train wreck because they generally don't have to do it, right? A lot of girls will not have to try. Like they literally do not even have to try. They want to get a relationship, they can go get a relationship. And at the end of the day, it's the relationships that they can't have that they want the most. It's that guy that treats them like crap. It's that guy that leaves them on red. And you know what they do? Then they take that man who's treating them like crap, the one that she really wants, and she's then applying his characteristics to the rest of men. So maybe she gets, maybe this guy cheats on her or sees another girl and they weren't even together and she gets really upset and maybe she's got she looks a bit better, right? Then she's going to go, oh, well, you know what? Men are so superficial. My guy who I was seeing and kind of not seeing and also seeing, who we weren't really together but we were, he went and cheated on me even though we weren't in a relationship with a girl who looks better than me. So you know what? All men are just inherently untrustworthy, right? When we talk about men being invisible, we really mean it, guys. Like, the girls will legitimately blank out the bottom 90% of men because they feel entitled to the top 10%. You get all of these simps on the internet giving these women attention that they quite frankly do not deserve. Okay? Like, they'll have no discernible life skills, they'll have no personality, they'll be incredibly rude, but then you get all of these guys who, you know, tell them they're beautiful, tell them that they want to be in a relationship with them, so then the girls get a big head, and you know what, and then they can go and have bedroom fun with Chad, who's not going to lock them down, right? And it just ends up in a situation where nobody is happy. The men are not happy, the women are not happy, and you know what? Men get blamed for it. And at the end of the day, you know, you've got to attribute some of the blame on men for the simpage, right? It's like these people are getting such a big head because men are calling people, you know, out here calling people beautiful. Guys, we're not out here. If you're watching my channel, please don't be calling, you know, girls beautiful just because you know what I mean, to try and get her attention, or we're not out here giving these girls validation, okay?
Who is completely honest, or a man who tells you what you want to hear?
Completely honest.
So what would happen if a man came up to you and said, I think you're attractive, if I took you out, spent money on you, made you laugh and feel special, would you hook up with me and potentially something more?
Just for money, you mean?
No, I mean, like, a man wants intimacy, physical intimacy with you, and was willing to do all those things. I mean, isn't that completely honest?
It is. Yeah, it is. I can just answer him yes or no.
Do you think most women would go for that if a guy just went up and said,
they're not gonna go.
Why not?
Because they want to hear something, you know, more than this. They want to. Most of the women like to hear lies about.
They want to hear lies. Okay.
Yeah, that's why women fall in love with their ear and men fall in love with their eyes.
You know, I wasn't concentrating on the first part, but am I not mistaken where at the beginning of that question, she said that women prefer a man who's honest, but then literally 10 seconds later, she's telling us that women prefer lies. Like, is that what happened? Like, I can't be sure. I'm not going to go back and have a look at it, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. But in any case, guys, like, I mean, you will get far more honest answers out of girls when you ask the question and you phrase it as though they. For example, like, if you say, hey, do you find this guy attractive? Or, hey, would you do this? They're probably going to answer no, right? Because they don't want to ruin their social status. But if you ask them, oh, what do you think women might think of this? They're going to give a much clearer answer, right? Because you removed the accountability for them. You see, they can't answer a question with truth behind it, genuine truth behind it, if the accountability is not removed. All the accountability has to be out of the window for you to get any sort of accurate answer. So that's why when men go up to women and try and ask questions about attraction, that's a lot of the time why it's so useless, right? It's because they don't want to throw themselves under the bus and make themselves look bad. It's all about appearing to be good. It's not actually about giving the right answer. It's not actually about being good. It's about appearing good. So, like, guys, when we look at, you know, if you guys rewind the video and you want to look at her answer that question again, if you look at her face when she's thinking, she's not actually thinking about an answer to the question, at least in my opinion. What she's thinking about is, how am I going to look if I answer it this way versus how am I going to look if I answer it a different way? Like, the thought process isn't, how do I answer this question as truthfully as possible? The thought process is something more along the lines of a politician's, right?
Do you think there's a difference between what women say that they want in a relationship and what they actually respond to?
Of course.
Okay, so then how do you trust a woman's dating advice?
Yeah, you don't.
You don't.
I mean, we could just call it right there, couldn't we? I love how casually she just says, of course, like men aren't lied to this for years of their life, right? She just goes, yeah, of course women lie about what they want in a relationship, as if it's some knowledge that everyone's supposed to know, despite the fact that men are literally brainwashed to believe the opposite. That's craziness, isn't it?
Don't. Okay. You know, there's an expression called, you don't ask a fish how to catch a fish, you ask a fisherman. Does love have to last in order to be worthwhile?
Absolutely. I've been married for 15 years. Long-lasting love, been with my wife for over 20 years. So love has to be lasting. Love has to be unselfish. Love has to be natural in order for it to last. Because
yeah, I'm going to have a hard disagree on that one, guys. You know, a lot of people want to say love is this ephemeral force where, you know, it's just all about giving to other people, right? And my counter question to that is, okay, well, why are so many men forced out of the dating market? If everyone is entitled to love and is deserving of love, then does that not mean we should have, you know, something approximating a 1-to-1 ratio of people in happy relationships together? It's almost as if hypergamy exists, guys. It's almost as if women will only choose the top portion of men and the rest get chucked to the wayside. That's almost what it's like. I find it, like, no disrespect to this man, like, good on him for sharing his opinion, but I find it highly inaccurate when men who are in very long-term relationships want to speak about the dating market. Right now, I'm sure a lot of you guys who watch this channel maybe have come across Jordan Peterson before, and I would extend that same criticism, generally speaking. Right, is like particularly older gentlemen who are in longer-term relationships think that they understand the dating market. And guys, I don't know if I've made this analogy on the channel before, maybe I have, but in the same way that a lot of men think that they can fight, we just can't. Like, we as men, we tend to overestimate our ability to fight and to date, to be honest with you. Like, if you get the average guy off of, put it this way, guys, if you get the average guy off of the street who's been in one fight in his life, and then you put him against a trained boxer, the trained boxer will win. Because he has far more experience. He has far more reference experience. Right? So when these guys say, well, you know what, I've had 3 long-term girlfriends, and my last one I've been in a marriage for 15 years, and you want to give young men advice, or even older men advice, on how the dating market works, you have one data point. One data point is useless. Absolutely useless.
Because if it is selfish in any way, shape, or form, if it is all for one person and not for both people and their mutual affection towards one another, it won't last.
If everyone...
Dating is selfish because women aim for what they want in it. Like, otherwise, you know, if you could just be a fat piece of crap with no friends and a girl would want you, but that we all know that's not the case, right? They want the tall, jacked guy with lots of friends. It is what it is.
Live to be 1,000 years old, how likely would people never get sick of their partner?
Oh, good question. People will get sick of their partner. It is an unrealistic expectation for you to get sick of your partner. I used to run job training programs for ex-offenders. You know the #1 crime in prison?
Tell them about it, brother.
I'm telling them, goddammit.
Yes!
The #1 crime in prison is celly-on-celly violence. You're in a 15-by-15 cell with another dude, his feet stink. You're tired of hearing him smack when he eat. You're going to beat his ass one day. People get naturally tired of one another. I get tired of myself. Do you like everything that come out of your goddamn mouth? Absolutely not. Sometimes you get like, I can't believe I said that stupid shit.
I mean, I like his confidence. I'll say that. I like his confidence. Now, some of you guys, by the way, this is the best clip. And when I say best, I mean the one that hurts your brain the most. We're going to jump into this one in a second. So just prepare yourselves. But I had a few guys in the last video who were asking me and saying, you know, Taylor, that guy that we just watched, he said nothing wrong. Like, he said absolutely nothing wrong. I would encourage you guys to go and watch the original of this video, which I'm going to leave in the description and probably in the pinned comment at the top, right? And I want you to watch what he says towards, I think it's towards the center of the view. It's at, let me have a look. I believe it's at 6 minutes and 25 seconds. I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure it's this part right here. And, you know, people in the comments were saying, oh, Taylor, he didn't say anything wrong. First of all, he did. Second of all, there are parts of his conversation that I've left out, which I'd encourage you to go watch to get a bigger idea of the picture as well. But let's continue with this, guys, and I am so sorry in advance. I don't like to say sorry. I hate that word, but I'm genuinely sorry for what you're about to witness right here.
Do you think it's okay to label people?
What do you mean by label people?
Well, what does labeling people mean?
Like what do you mean by labels?
Well, what do you think it means?
Well, I think there are a lot of different kinds of labels. Like, people can label their gender, their sexuality, or do you mean more as like judging and labeling someone?
Well, how do you know the difference?
Well, there's like a big difference.
Well, why do we use the same word for something that has 2 different meanings?
English is weird. I don't know.
I can sense that a lot of people watching this video right now, you guys watching along, have just like got an instantaneous headache. Oh my. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. She's an English major.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, if we have words that can mean 2 completely different things, is it really fair for people to get like offended when things can obviously be misunderstood so easily?
I think it's different if you're labeling yourself versus someone labeling you. Because like if someone's labeling themselves as something or presenting us a certain way, right, we want to believe them and we want to like support them.
That makes such little sense. I don't even know where to start. I've said this on the channel before, guys. When we talk about respect and we talk about people demanding respect, like, to me, titles or whatever you want to call them are not something that you ascribe to yourself, right? So you guys watching this channel, I don't say, you know what? I don't say respect me, okay? Because it's inherently worthless if I say, you know what, guys, I'm Taylor, you should respect me. That title is far more worthy if it's given to you by someone else. You see these things are not something that you give to yourself. You don't walk around and say, well, I'm this, I'm that. It's for other people to decide about you, right? Because it's the other people that are experiencing you. You can go through the world and you can think you're the best person to walk the planet, right? But at the end of the day, guys, other people's opinion of you, like, is what determines whether or not you actually have respect or not, right? Like, I can't sit on this channel and be like, you know what, guys, you should just respect me. You should respect my opinions, just because. No. At literally every single video I post, it is for you guys to decide whether or not you listen or care what I have to say. Right? Anyway, let's keep going. And this is probably the worst part. Normally I cut the video off here, guys, but I really want to show you this part, so...
But I think it's different if someone else is labeling you.
People either feel like there should be no
no,
labels
come back.
or everyone should be labeled in something. They want to like put it in a box.
Does a man have the right to define what a woman is?
Definitely not
No.
in any case. No.
Immediately no.
Ever.
Okay, so then what gives women the right to define what a man is?
Because women are a minority and they also have been discriminated against in the past, and I wouldn't say a woman necessarily gets to define a man anyway.
Yeah, I think it's just about your own definition of what you...
Well, right, but I'm just saying, don't...
And there you have it, guys. You know, women are a minority, so therefore they get to define what masculinity is. We're going to leave it on that fantastic note. Some food for thought, I suppose. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment what you guys think of today's video. Share your opinions, your experiences, and we're going to leave it there. As always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, be sure to check out the Patreon link in the description. You have to expand the description to see it. And subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace.